Nintendo just recently updated their sales, bringing it from the Nintendo Switch's launch all the way up till December 31st, 2022, and the Nintendo Switch is still just an unstoppable force, setting new records and continuing climbing up the ladder of the best-selling console of all time. So today we're going to see where the Nintendo Switch lines up with all the other consoles and kind of where things are heading here for the Nintendo Switch going forward. I've compiled this list of the best-selling video game consoles, at least as of 2/13 of 23 as I'm recording this video, just to kind of see where everything here lies. And so the PlayStation 2 still holding the number one spot at 155 million units, Nintendo DS 152, 122 for the Nintendo Switch, just surpassing the Game Boy here at that 118 million. PlayStation 4 was at 117 million. PlayStation at 102 million, 101 for the Nintendo Wii, 87 for the PlayStation 3, and Xbox is at Xbox 360 at 84. So Nintendo just has continuously climbed the ladder, just proving that it's been a stable console to bring itself into the light here, bringing Nintendo back from the Wii U era all the way back up into the limelight. In fact, just taking over a lot of people's names, and it has definitely gained the attention of a lot of people. Like we said, we probably will see more games here coming to Nintendo's next console. The fact that Microsoft has agreed to bring Call of Duty to Nintendo consoles here going forward, it's just once again a sign that Nintendo is back in the playing space and people are gaining confidence to bring games to Nintendo here once again. And so where does it kind of line up with just Nintendo consoles here in general? Well, the Nintendo DS, as we kind of saw there before, 154 million units sold, and then the Nintendo Switch just right behind that. And so the best, I guess, home console, although I don't know if you can necessarily call it a home console since it is a hybrid console, but technically the best-selling home console that we've had for a while at 122 million, followed right just past that Game Boy at 118 million. The Nintendo Wii held that spot as the best-selling Nintendo home console for a while, but the Nintendo passed it, I believe, last year, if I'm not mistaken, at that 101. Game Boy Advance actually holds that next spot at 81 million, Nintendo DS 75 million, 61 for the NES, and then things really start kind of falling down here at the SNES selling 49 million, Nintendo 64 selling 32 million, Nintendo GameCube selling 21 million, and the Wii U at that bottom, as we all know that the Wii U wasn't the greatest, selling that 13 million. And so Nintendo Switch just keeps climbing that ladder, as I stated, but its next hurdle is a little high. And I don't think that Nintendo is going to steamroll here all the way up there. In fact, I think we're kind of basically looking at topping out here. I mean, it'll still definitely sell more, but taking more records, I just don't think that it'll be able to do that. As we can see in this next chart, is that the very first year, after 1 year of the Nintendo Switch being around, it sold 15 million units. These numbers are kind of rounded up and estimated, or I mean, not estimated, but rounded up and kind of grouped together for simplicity. But 2019 selling 16.9 million, 2020 selling 21 million, 2021 selling 28.8 million, and 2022 finally seeing a dip downwards here in Nintendo Switch sales at selling 23 million. I mean, if you think about it, there's got to be dang near enough Nintendo Switches in about everybody's hands. In fact, multiple Nintendo Switches in people's households as well. And so we're definitely seeing a decline here in the Nintendo Switch. It seems like kind of the momentum of buying new Nintendo Switches is over, and people are pretty satisfied. And so I'm sure that we'll probably be seeing this number here, maybe even drop here more in the future. Now, that being said, there is some really heavy-hitting games here coming this year that we've kind of gone over on the channel, with Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom coming out, Pikmin 4. We've still got some games here rolling and things like that will maintain momentum for Nintendo, but it definitely seems like things are starting to tamper off here a little bit, at least in sales. So it looks like it definitely had a good run, but we are on our way downhill a little bit here going forward with the Nintendo Switch's life cycle, and that's with the release of the new OLED Switch and things like that. It definitely seems like still it's just not enough interest to keep selling more units. as things start to dip down here a little bit. But it's definitely been interesting to see. I think that Nintendo has just been killing it with the Nintendo Switch, and that's even with, bringing old Wii U games over, making new games as well for the console and everything like that. They've had a lot of momentum here riding on this hybrid console. They've definitely knocked it out of the park with this system, and I'd like to go over some of the best-selling games of all time here as well for the Nintendo Switch, being that we've just got these numbers here as well. You can see that Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is sitting at 52 million units sold, followed by Animal Crossing New Horizons that this game just smashed through for Nintendo, selling 41.59 million units. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, of course, up there as well with 30.4 million units. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild at 29 million units. Pokemon Sword and Shield, 25 million units. Super Mario Odyssey, 25 million units. 20 million units for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. So even new games still releasing are still popping up into the top 10. In fact, I imagine Tears of the Kingdom, when that game comes out, will probably be pushing its way into this top category here as well. Super Mario Party selling 18.7 million units. Ring Fit Adventure, this one honestly shocked me, but it's pretty impressive that Ring Fit Adventure is making it into the top 10, selling 15 million units, and Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee selling 15 million units. But nevertheless, I'm still excited to see how well the Nintendo Switch does here in this next year as well. It'll be exciting to really kind of keep pushing that bar as high as it can go, setting another really hard milestone for next generation systems to try to beat, since Nintendo Switch has really shoved its way up there into the top systems as well. I always find it fun when there's a new console that disrupts like the top 3 or top 5 best-selling systems at all time. And so to see that Nintendo was able to cap that off and push its way into the number 3 spot, it's very exciting to see. Like I said, I don't quite think that it'll push anywhere further than that to number 2 or number 1 spot, but I think that it'll continue to set a high bar to beat for the next console to beat number 3 spot. But either way, what do you think of this video? It's kind of a little bit different video from what I do, but I kind of had fun doing a little bit of research here for this video as well, and kind of making a chart and compiling everything together. And so if you like this video, let me know in the comments below. Either way, thanks for watching it all the way to the end, and hey, have a good one. Peace.